Yo guys, what is up? Playing some Minecraft today. Um, Back again for my streaming season. I'm back in college. So, I will be starting to stream again. Stuff's gonna be kicking up. But today I wanted to cover, something kind of special, actually. Something that I thought would be interesting to do for a long time. Just for, science and, theories and examples. So a while back, we had that submarine accident, right? Basically, if you don't know, some people wanted to go down to the Titanic, and their submarine failed, and it killed them. Now, I'm not actually going to talk about the sub today. I'm actually going to talk about a video that was made by Phoenix SC, this guy, and he made a video a while ago, saying that Steve should not be able to swim here. Now, obviously, Minecraft is a fantasy game. And, you know, I like Phoenix. There's nothing wrong with this guy. He's great. And he's just trying to make content, you know, funny, short content. But he shows Steve falling to pieces at 30 blocks underwater. 30 Minecraft blocks, which a Minecraft block is, you know, 1 cubic meter. So 30 meters below the water, he dies. Now, this is the deepest body of water I've ever found in Minecraft, which I found on a seed by someone on Instagram, but maybe you've seen this. It's a village on top of a giant body of water, and this water goes from Minecraft sea level, which is 62 blocks, all the way down to like negative 59. So over 100 meters. So for the record, people do not fall apart at 30 meters, but bad things can happen at 30 meters. So for those of you who don't know, who maybe don't have a scuba certification or have never been scuba diving, the water does put pressure on you. It will compress your body, and you will get nitrogen buildup if you're breathing compressed air. So all the gas in your body compresses because of that compression of the water. And basically every 33 feet or 10 meters, the compression doubles. So, you know, you go down 10 meters and the air in your lungs compresses to half that volume. So each time it's getting compressed in half, and then in half again, and then in half again. So, what are the limits of the human body, you may ask? Well, this is 110 meters, about, from where I'm standing to the bottom of this lake, this ocean. And that is 330 feet. So the deepest free dive someone has ever done, without oxygen tanks, is 702 feet, or double what I'm going to dive here in Minecraft today. So, you know, and it's completely doable. If we just get ourselves some, you know, some fins, like the man in the picture had, and we go into survival mode. 1 second. Boom. We go into survival mode. We can totally do this. Maybe not with our air capacity. But, you know, it's doable, and we might die here. But for someone who's trained for their breath holding capabilities, that's not a command. For someone with advanced breath holding capabilities, it's doable. So let me just grab some food here. People who can, you know, hold their breath for like 20 minutes, it's possible. Now, why is this possible? So, people basically, they are able to, if you are not swimming with compressed air, you are only going to compress the air in your lungs. And if that air compresses, it will expand to its regular size when you get back to the surface here. So when I dive down on one breath of air, the air compresses in my lungs, and then it comes back to normal size. So I've only got one breath in me. But let's say I put on an oxygen tank. Now I'm breathing compressed air. And for those of you who don't know, a scuba tank is pressurized to 3,000 psi. So once you start breathing compressed air, you're going to get nitrogen buildup in your lungs, your whole entire body. Because the gas we breathe on Earth is about 78 or 80% nitrogen. So when you go down, this nitrogen is going to build up. And you can dive down as fast as you want, but if you try to come up really fast, that nitrogen gas, or that nitrogen that's compressed into your blood, will start to come out of solution. And the best way to explain this is, you know when you open a soda bottle and all those bubbles come out? That's what happens to your blood. And those bubbles, because they're under pressure, they're as a liquid. But because, you know, you subject them to air pressure, they come out of solution. They bubble out. And so those bubbles, you can get a bubble of nitrogen gas that will sit in your elbow, and it can cause extreme joint pain. And sometimes these bubbles can travel from a joint. It's usually where they come out of solution, is a joint. And it can travel to your heart and give you a heart attack. Or it can sorry, I'm talking. I kind of had no lesson plan. It can travel to your brain and basically give you a stroke. So that's not good. So there's these things called no decompression time. So basically, if we zoom in on this table here, so we have depth in feet. And this is just beyond, you know, getting into 2 atmospheres. Once you pass 33 feet, you are into the 2nd atmosphere. So this is called a no decompression limit chart. And so basically, if I dive down, let's say I dove down, I can only come up at a rate of 60 feet a minute, which is like slower than the bubbles you exhale going up in the water. So I'd have to come up very slowly. I'd have to come up very slowly to let the nitrogen get out of my system. And nitrogen gas in your blood is expelled just like alcohol. You breathe it out, basically. It's that exchange of air in your lungs. And sometimes if we dive too deep for too long and give that nitrogen time to build up in our blood system, when you come up, right before you surface, right here, about 5 blocks under, 5 meters under, you will have to do what's called a decompression stop. You'll just have to sit here and breathe and let all that nitrogen gas get out of your system until you can surface. So that's what this table is. This is a no decompression stop. So these are your maximum dive limits for until, you know, you don't have to hit a decompression stop. This is the maximum time you can dive without having to stop when you come up. So at 33 feet, or 35 feet, your bottom time is 205 minutes. And they say that you can live indefinitely above 33 feet. I've seen, so my buddy, he has a really nice dive watch. He has like a really nice dive computer. It's a Garmin. And you can type in all the numbers and stuff. And so at 33 feet, you can stay underwater for, I think, over 100 hours, which is more than 5 days. And at 10 feet, it's 999 plus hours. So you can live indefinitely at 10 feet, and you can live for like a week underwater at 33 feet. And when you come out of the water, things don't just reset. You can't just do that same dive again. You have to go shallower, and you have to go for less time. It takes a full 24 hours for the nitrogen buildup in your system to get out of your system, basically. The decompression stop and all that is just so you don't have an air embolism in your blood. It's enough. And these dive tables, they were developed by the Navy, the U.S. Navy. And these dive tables are well within like safety limits and stuff. PADI is a recreational company. They're the ones who pioneer recreational diving. So all of these times are, they're within very safe margins. So like your no decompression limit at 60 feet or 30 meters, which is what was shown in Phoenix's video. You get an hour. Wrong column. Yeah, you get an hour underwater. And then it drops off from that. You can see 70 feet is 40. At 30... Oh no, this is 20 meters. Sorry, forgive my math. 60 divided by 3 is 20. So this is 55. So at 30 meters, which would be 90. Okay, so that was shown in the video. So 30 meters, where his body completely disintegrates in this video. Your bottom time is 25 minutes. At 100 feet, it's 20 minutes. So, beyond this, you have to decompress. And so, we can dive. If I was, let's see. Let's find... Because, this thing goes deep, right? If we go... What is this? 63 meters underwater? What's my no decompression limit at 60 meters? This is 30. Oh, can I even double it? No, I can't. So, I don't even have 8 minutes to be down here. Another thing is if you swim too fast up and you've been breathing compressed air, because you've been breathing compressed air, that the air in your lungs potentially has more room to expand since you've taken in more than one breath, like at atmospheric levels. So you can pop your lungs because the air in your lungs will expand beyond one breath what you're breathing in on the surface. But this is recreational diving. You can go... How did I get... Okay. You can go beyond this to a thing called saturation diving. Now, saturation diving is pretty cool. These are the people that work on oil rigs. They work in the diving bell. They do really cool stuff. like this. This guy's wearing a full helmet. It's called a hard hat. And they're pretty cool. They keep your head dry, actually. They have like a neck seal on them called a neck dam. They keep your head dry. And basically what they do is they live in a habitat on a ship or on a oil rig, and that habitat is pressurized to their working depth. And the Navy figured out that if you saturate a person to their full... If you keep saturating a person with nitrogen in their blood, they get to a point where they can't take anymore, and they're fine. Like, they stay that way if you keep them under pressure. So, these oil rig companies, it's very expensive to run a SAT operation. It's kind of like going to the moon. It's comparable, in a way. But anyway, they have a habitat, and it's got a diving bell, but this is pressurized to your working depth. Imagine this on a boat or an oil rig. And basically, you can now have people working underwater, welding pipes, cutting pipes, clearing area to build underwater 24/7. And that's exactly what they do. So they send divers in for a month. So you'll go in an airlock, and they'll pressurize a living space like this, obviously with, a place to do your business and take a shower, and sleep. And usually you have a little window. And they also have an airlock for food. So, like, they put the food in here and pressurize it, and then you can grab the food. And you're going to go underwater for 8 hours a day. They'll mate up a diving bell to the other end. You'll go into another airlock, and they'll make sure everything stays pressurized, and all that nitrogen will just sit in your blood all dandy because it's under pressure and it won't kill you. And then, obviously this thing doesn't move, but we're just going to teleport to our working depth. And now we can go under here, and, we can do whatever we got to do. We can clear debris, we can build, we can cut, we can do whatever. All from the moon pool on our diving bell. And we would be diving surface supplied with a gas called heliox. So, now, what is decompression time for something, say, 500 feet? Well, 500 feet decompression is... So, like, in scuba, you saw the safety stops. They can be, if you push your levels, they can go 5, 15... They can go way longer than that, 15 minutes. But generally, that's considered if you're going to do a decompression stop, 5 to 15 minutes is pretty common. But with this, decompression is 1 day for every 100 feet plus a day. So if you were working at 500 feet, you would have to decompress for 6 days, and then you'd come out. So they would slowly raise the pressure in the chamber, and then you could come out. All that nitrogen, or rather helium, you would expel. And I say helium because at a point, nitrogen becomes toxic when compressed, when you breathe so much of it in. So they have gas, basically, that they pull the nitrogen out and they insert helium, because helium doesn't become toxic. So you're breathing 80% helium and, 20% oxygen. And helium is actually a rare earth element. Like, it's a finite resource, so they reclaim it. And also, when you work at depths of 500 feet, usually you have a hot water suit. I say usually. You always have a hot water suit. So they've got this big thing called an umbilical, which is what you see here. So this guy's not diving on an oxygen tank. He is diving on surface supplied air. There is an air compressor up on the surface, and it pumps air down to him, and it comes in through this little tube. So he's getting heliox pumped straight to him. And he's also getting hot water pumped to him. And he's also getting the power for his light and his camera. So this umbilical has like 3, 4, 5 different cords woven into it. You got electronics, you got whatever gas you're breathing, and a bunch of other stuff. But it's pretty cool. And the deepest sat dive. Wow. Really? Did they really dive without, like... in a hyperbaric research chamber? So what, a submarine? I'm so confused. Okay, well, 2,300 feet is the deepest someone's ever gone. But generally, yeah. 600... Okay, yeah, sat dives are conducted between 65 and 1,000 feet. And obviously recreational people can go down, but they can only stay down for so long without having to decompress. So when you have that decompression ability, you know, your working time goes way up. So, but yeah, I just wanted to nerd out about that. Phoenix SC is not a bad YouTuber. I love that guy to death. He's cool. He makes good content. I just wanted to nerd out about this and show you guys this little thing that I made. I thought it'd be a good first stream of the year. So, and it's, you know, something I admire and think is really cool. But, so hopefully that piques your guys' interest in underwater stuff. I know I'm personally scuba certified, and it's a blast to go scuba diving. I love it. When you get your license, let's see here. When you get your license, you get certified to 60 feet. And if you're under 16, you get certified to 40. But then when you turn 16, you can just like pay $5 to get your certification updated, and it'll go up to 60. And then if you want to get advanced diver, it'll certify you to 120. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool hobby to do. So, but for those of you who've seen that video on Phoenix's channel, your body does not crumble at 30 meters at 90 feet. So, but obviously, you know, the man's got to make content, you know. Content's got to be good. It's got to be entertaining. Unlike the however long I just nerded out for. So, but I'll probably I might play some Long Dark later tonight. Some of the Long Dark. Have a chill session for that. I'm just happy to be back. Things are gonna be fun. Things are gonna be good. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.